Hi, in this short video I'm going to show you how to measure the height of a tree. Why the height of a tree? It's because at Blairvadach we climb the totem pole and the tree and quite often we get people to say, well, how high is it? So I'm going to explain how you measure the height of the tree. And I'm going to measure that tree there. So, what equipment do we need? We need a tree that you want to measure the height of. You're going to need either a tape measure or a ruler and some string. The tape measure is definitely the better thing. You need a pencil or a pen and some paper to write it down on, and then you need this thing here, which is called an inclinometer. Now this is a homemade one and I'm going to show you how to make an inclinometer. Okay, and it's all about measuring the angle. More on that later. Okay, so tree, inclinometer, pencil and paper, and something to measure with. Right, how does it all go together? Let's think about the theory of a square. So I'm hoping you all know about squares in that this side, which I've drawn, is 15 centimeters. Is equal to this side, which also should be 15 centimeters, which is the same as that one. As you can see, is 15 centimeters, and that one is 15 centimeters. So all the sides are the same length, and that angle is 90 degrees, and so is that one, and so is that one, and so is that one. And for it to be a square, they all have to be the same length, and all the angles have to be the same, and that would all be 90 degrees each one, and that is a square. If I half the square to make two triangles, then that one is 90 degrees, but half of 90 is 45. So that angle between there and there is now 45 degrees, and that one's 45 degrees. That one is also 45 degrees, and so is that one. Okay, I've invented this very cool thing to demonstrate to you guys how we can use a square to measure a tree. So along here we've got our centimeters, and along here we've got our centimeters. Now in real life these would probably be meters or whatever measurement you want to use. And I've got this line here to show my 45 degrees. So as my tree gets bigger, you can see that whatever length I've got down here is the same if I keep this as my 45 degrees as up here. So I've got 8 along and 8 up, and I've got a bigger tree. So if I slide this along, keeping my 45 degrees, let's stick it 45 degrees, there we go, we can see 15 along there, which is equal to 15 along there. So if I can use my inclinometer to measure that angle at 45, and then I measure along here, that distance with that angle should be equal to the height that I'm measuring. So this tree is 8 centimeters high, and this tree is 3 centimeters high. Pretty cool, eh? What you're going to need is an A4 piece of paper, a straw, a piece of string, about the same length or the same width as the paper, a pair of scissors, a plastic toy or some form of weight, It doesn't have to be a little princess. And some sellotape. Inclinometer set at 45 degrees. Okay, it's really important that this bottom line is nice and straight. Definitely helps if you've got someone to help you. But what we do is we stand nice and still and we look through the inclinometer to the top of the item we want to measure. And if we're too close, then this string will be too far down here. We want it lined up here. So what we do is we make sure there's nothing behind us and we walk back a few steps until that is about right. Okay, like that, and then I would measure from this point. If you're too far away, then when I line up my inclinometer, the string should be sitting in front of this horizontal line, so I can tell I'm too far away, so I need to move a bit closer to get that line just right. Just like that, and then this is the point I'd measure from here to the base of the tree. So I measured, and my tape measure wasn't long enough, so I had to do it several times. And my tape measure, as you can see, is 3 meters long, and 3 meters is the same as 300 centimeters. Okay, I'm going to do it in centimeters because it allows me to be a bit more accurate. So I had to do that 3 times, 3 full lengths, so 300 plus 300 plus 300. Yeah, and then the last little bit was 110 centimeters. Okay, which is a nice easy maths for me to do. 3, 6, 9, 10 centimeters long. So 1010 centimeters long. Right, so the results of how big my tree is. As you can see, if I'm happy that that was at 45 degrees, and if I'm happy that was at 90 degrees, then the distance that I measured was 1010 centimeters. However, I've not taken into consideration the height of my eye from the floor. So that's not the fully height of the tree. So I need to add height from the floor to my eye, which is 175 centimeters. So I've done a wee bit of calculating here. So I need to work out distance from tree plus the height of my eye, which was 110 centimeters plus 175 centimeters, which was 1,185 centimeters tall. Now, if I want to know in meters how high that was, I divide by 100, because there are 100 centimeters in a meter. So that gives me
11 meters and 85 centimeters. So 11.85 meters is the height of my tree. Okay, so that is what it's all about. Let's see if you can measure the height of a tree, or if you can measure the height of your house, or maybe just a lamppost. Find something you can measure and share with us how tall it was, and maybe take some photographs, and let's see what you get up to. Good luck, everyone.